Dave Steele. We're out here for Eat Lafayette 2012. Eat Lafayette's all about food. Food is delicious here in Lafayette. We get so many awards from across the country. But the problem is that when we eat our food, we don't have enough room for dessert. So today we're actually going to start with dessert over here at Sophi P Cakes. We're going to go walk in, try some of their delicious gourmet cupcakes made fresh daily here at Sophi P. So come on in. We're going to see what it's all about at this sophisticated to punk cakery known as Sophi P Cakes.
She ain't no human being. There is no future in England's dreaming. Down it's all over what you wanted. Down it's all.
All right, so we're inside Sophi P Cakes right now, and it just smells incredible. Just looking at the case right now, the incredible variety of cupcakes they have. Some that I've never seen before. Some I couldn't tell you what they were if they gave me the ingredients, but we got somebody here who can tell us. His name's Dustin. He's one of the owners here. Dustin, thank you so much for letting us come on by first.
Sure,
we appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about where you are first.
Okay, well, we're located on Johnston Street, kind of in the middle of town, really close to the intersection of Ducey Road and Johnston.
Very familiar?
Absolutely right, smack dab in the middle of town. It's easy for me to deliver all over town from this location. That's why we love it so much.
So you deliver?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Tell us how you got this place started with Sophi P Cakes. What was the concept behind it?
Well, the concept was my wife and I kind of were looking at, maybe doing a bakery about 10 years ago, but we couldn't figure out like what to do to be different than the other ones around town.
Right.
So a friend of ours came back from Las Vegas and said, hey, they have cupcake shops out there. This is like 3 or 4 years ago before the cupcake wars and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, oh, that sounds kind of neat, We didn't know if it'd fly in Lafayette, so the initial idea was custom cakes. My wife's really great at doing custom cakes.
Right.
But we were like, if we were going to retail space, let's try the cupcakes. And that's exactly what happened here. We got a retail space, put cupcakes in the case, and they sold from day one. Now we're selling so many cupcakes, we don't even have time to mess with custom cakes anymore. So
wow.
It's kind of cool. But we do like big event cupcake towers, birthday parties, tons of things like that.
So it's more than just the cupcakes that we see in here. You guys have a full range of dessert and delicious items to choose from. Let's get hooked up with some of these because I'm getting hungry right now.
All right.
We're going to find out exactly how good these things are in just a second. All right, so we finally got our sampling of delicious cupcakes. All the ones that they talked about that they feature, we're actually going to work with them. We're going to start with the red velvet cake. And because I like to share, my camera guy's going to get half of them, so I'm going to take these and cut them in half. In the meantime, if you want to explain once again which one each one of these is and what is in them as I'm just devouring these things.
Not a problem. Okay, so our red velvet cake, it's not like most places. We don't take chocolate cake and just dye it red. This is a traditional red velvet recipe my wife's been using since she was about 13, 14 years old.
You keep talking, I'm going to eat.
It's probably just the most awesome thing in the world. It's got the homemade cream cheese icing that we make here in-house every day.
Dude, that cream cheese icing is ridiculous.
Good. Yeah. And I was kind of spoiled. I never had red velvet until I met my wife, so that was the first one I ever had, and I thought maybe that's what they're supposed to taste like, and I've had hundreds of red velvets different places we go, and it never tastes like that.
That icing is just killer.
Isn't that good? And then we have to drizzle a little chocolate on top, just to give that a little extra.
Because it's not enough just to have the red velvet and the cream cheese icing. And the chocolate and the other sprinkles on top.
We'll move on to phase 2. We're going to work around this way. So which one do we have here again?
That's the Delicious D, amaretto cake with pistachio buttercream. The pistachio buttercream is good enough just to sit there and eat with a spoon all day long, if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, the amaretto cake to it, and it's just phenomenal.
And then we've got the pistachio on top as well.
It's my all-time favorite.
I think I'll leave it right in there and I'll take a bite.
Sure.
That one is really good as well. Once again, the icing is just so creamy and so delicious, and you still catch all the flavors.
Correct.
Throughout the whole cupcake.
That's a main sticking point for us. If the icing's not good, if the cake's not good, then don't even put it out. It's got to be the best.
Definitely delicious. All right, we are on to round 2. I had enough time to just finish up and sample the first 2. What are we on to the next one?
So the next one here, that's called our Southern Belle. That's one of our Eat Lafayette cupcakes. That's one of the Bruce Foods. Sweet potato cake with a spiced praline buttercream on top. We top that off with it's called D's Atomic Nuts. We sell those around Christmas time.
I'm sorry, I just laughed.
They're spicy candied pecans that we make here in-house, so we decided that'd be pretty good to crush up and put on top of the cupcake. Give it a little extra kick.
This is really good. Through August 15th you can get these, but after that they're going to be gone for a while.
Yeah.
Sweet potato taste. The toppings once again are incredible. They got a little bit of the heat, but not enough, just enough to let you know it's there.
Exactly.
Now, this is incredible.
Personally, I'm not a huge sweet potato fan. I don't get them at Thanksgiving. I never put those on my plate. But this cake, it tastes almost like a pumpkin cake, like a fall spiced pumpkin. So that's
exactly
kind of the
where I
flavor
was
you
going.
get. So I find that even if you don't like sweet potatoes, hey, try it out. You might like it.
Yes, I definitely got that pumpkin flavor in there as well. It was just incredible. And now moving on the heat scale,
All right,
so to speak.
Keep it in that same.
Which one is this one called again?
That's the atomic chocolate. So it's a chocolate cake. We use ancho chili and cinnamon spice blends to kind of bake into the cake, to give it a little kick. You usually don't taste it in your first bite or so, but after a while you kind of get it.
And it hangs around and then comes back later.
Right.
Well, we'll find out while you're talking.
And it brings out the ganache that we make. This rich chocolate ganache, it really brings out the flavor of the chocolate in that ganache. It really blends well together. And we top it off with some little red hots, just to have a little
There on top.
fun there on top. Yeah.
That's a really, really smooth icing on there, too.
That's another one you could probably even.
And right about now, I'm starting to get a little bit of that heat coming in from the back, but separate from the red
It's definitely
hot.
subtle, but
it's not overpowering. It's just, it's a little surprise when you're eating your chocolate and you get that little bit of the heat in the back. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's the damage that we've done so far, and we still got 2 cupcakes to go. These just are ridiculously delicious right now. And we're going to keep going with another one of the Eat Lafayette specials. What is this one?
Right, that's our Peach Love and Happiness. That's the one made with the Robert Mondavi Woodbridge Moscato wine. It's a sweet wine that goes really well with all kinds of fruits and cheeses. But we thought, well, heck, we've never done a peach cupcake. Let's do Moscato wine and peach. So we kind of came up with the idea of actually soaking the cupcake itself with the Moscato wine. So it's in there. Then we make a simple syrup kind of concoction with peaches, brown sugar, and a Moscato, kind of a little reduction type deal that we use, and kind of put that in the middle of our brown sugar buttercream. So those all tie in pretty good together.
That peach in the middle of it, it just, I don't know what, it does something amazing when you're taking a bite into it.
Yeah.
It just,
they actually sit and soak for about a week in the Moscato wine and brown sugar deal that we make.
it's really good.
It's in there.
It's definitely in there. And I noticed right in the middle of the cupcakes, I didn't notice it the first 2 times, but right in the middle there's a little dimple down the middle.
Right, we kind of, instead of going real high with our icing, some places do that, we decided to, actually fill our cupcakes. So for the most part, every one of our cupcakes is going to have a filling. Sometimes it's the icing that we do on top, sometimes it's a filling like a fruit filling. But I like the idea of serendipity. You're getting something, then you get a little something more. Who doesn't like that?
I like the fact that because it's not as huge in height-wise, you can actually...
Right. We try to do 50% icing to cupcake ratio. It's
you don't have to open your mouth as wide either when you're going to take a bite.
Right.
With all the icing at the top, you get it all over your face.
I've eaten a cupcake
Which isn't
shop.
bad, by the way. I mean, if you want to do that, that's cool. Because you got a picture right there of your icing all over your face on that wall right there, which is another nice little write-up for you guys.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. So we'll get back to the final cupcake for our demonstration. Not all the ones that they have, just the ones that we're trying today, because I would go into a coma if I tried all the ones we have over there.
We don't want to hurt anybody.
No, we don't want. So give everybody a rundown of what's in this one.
So this is a cupcake we tried out a while back. It's called the Strawberry Fields Forever. I actually took it off the menu for a month and got so much heat over that I put it back on the menu permanently.
Customers are always right,
exactly.
You know it.
So what this is, strawberry cake. It's topped off with the same cream cheese icing we use for our Red Velvet Deluxe. So those two tie really well together. It's real popular. It's got fresh strawberry bits in the cake itself, baked in there. It's pretty amazing.
That cream cheese icing is ridiculous.
It's a little sweet, but it's really
awesome. It's phenomenal. Oh.
It's one of my favorites. It was actually my birthday cake a couple years ago, and all my friends made fun of me for having a pink cake for my birthday, and then they didn't leave me any. I didn't even get my birthday cake that year.
That's a sign about how good it is. These cupcakes are phenomenal, and that's not all you have on the menu. You've got so much more to choose from.
Right, and we're constantly expanding our product line. There's going to be more to come in the next few months here, but we do a round of Guinness beer brownies that are really awesome.
I believe these are the ones that you're talking about.
That's them right there.
She was staring at me going, you better try the brownies, you better try the brownies. So we're going to open up a bag, we're going to try the brownies, we're going to bring them back to work, and people are going to have to fight over these.
Exactly. What it is, it's just a double-fudged chocolate brownie, but we kind of take it a step further and make a Guinness beer, actual Guinness beer, chocolate ganache that we pipe in the middle of the brownie. So it gives it that little extra kick that we like to do, a little serendipity, a little extra.
I hit that chocolate center in there. These are awesome. And
Most people take
moist.
them and heat them up in the microwave for a few seconds to melt that ganache in the middle, and then you really taste the Guinness with the
They're
beer.
fine at room temperature as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're even better when you heat them up too. These are
Go
just
great on ice cream.
stop. You make it's so good here. If you've not tried gourmet cupcakes, you need to come by Sophi P's here on Johnson Street. They've got some great specials for the Eat Lafayette campaign, the ones we tried here, plus other great cupcakes that aren't on the Eat Lafayette special that are good all year round. Make sure you come by Sophi P Cakes if you're looking for something delicious, some dessert, you're looking for something special for somebody like you were talking about for Mother's Day,
Right.
Valentine's Day. Any day is really good for Sophi P Cupcakes.
Treat.
Great
Teacher
treat.
appreciation gift. Anything.
Oh, back to school gift.
Right.
Just because it's Tuesday gift, those are good too. Come by Sophi P Cakes, part of the Eat Lafayette campaign now through August 15th.
Right.
Don't forget, it's brought to you by Robert Mondavi Wines, the Fly Lafayette Club, and Louisiana Hot Sauce, now through August 15th. Come by here. You can register to win a cruise for two, compliments of travel machine. And remember to Eat Lafayette. It's what it's all about, featuring locally owned restaurants through Acadiana. This is the reason why Louisiana wins these food awards every year, is because of the local food made here, especially here at Sophi P Cakes. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go take a nap now.